Question 4, which you probably got as 4D and then 4A. And in my defense, when I tried to make the IB question bank make a thing for me today, it kept complaining, so I had to copy paste everything, but I'm sorry. But I trust you guys are smart enough that 4A goes before D. So, whew, buddy, here we go. Okay, starting at the start. Theta is an obtuse angle such that the sine of theta is 3/5. If you see that kind of thing, I would pretty immediately draw myself a picture. And it doesn't have to be pretty. It can just be a picture of a right triangle. We'll deal with the obtuse stuff in a second. So here's my theta. I'm going to put my theta right there. And I'm going to say that the sine being 3/5, remember that this is sine is opposite over the hypotenuse. So the opposite is 3, and this is 5. Okay, cool. So, but the thing is that we've got an obtuse angle. Before we get there, this side is going to be 4, which y'all can just check out with 3 squared plus 4 squared being equal to 5 squared. Nope, not the 5th. 5 squared. More coffee. Good lordy. Okay. Since it's an obtuse angle, if y'all picture yourself on a coordinate grid, this could still be 5, and this could still be 3, and then the angle that they're talking about is really this one. And so what they want is the value of the tangent of theta. This right here would be a -4 because of that, and so if you went tangent of this, like, large orange theta, then it would be the opposite over the adjacent. So the tangent of theta is going to be -3/4. Let me know if that doesn't make any sense. Moving along. 4B, line L passes through the origin and has a gradient of that. Find the equation of L. Okay, so let's look at a picture of what this might look like. We've got it here. We got a -4, we got a 3, we got a point there. It is also going to go through there, and it is going to be a straight line. Fantabulous. So that means that we've got a y-intercept of 0 and a slope of -3/4. That literally just means it's going to be y is equal to -3/4 x. If you are using your classic old mx plus b, rise over run, so -3/4, and that negative can go wherever you want it to be. Okie doke. 4C. Let f of x equals e to the x sine of x minus 3x/4. Find the derivative. I'm going to move off to the side here so I can still see that. And I'm going to say f of x. Here's our function that we need to find the derivative of. Over here, that's not going to be bad. The derivative of this part is just going to be -3/4. This, however, we need, you guessed it, the product rule for. So we're going to use the product rule. And that says u times the derivative of v plus v times the derivative of u, x. And in this case, we're going to call u e to the x. The derivative of that is e to the x. V is going to be sine of x, and the derivative of that is going to be cosine of x. So then the derivative of this whole thing is going to be e to the x times the derivative of v, which is cosine of x, plus sine of x times the derivative of that, which is e to the x. And then the derivative of that bit is just going to be -3/4. So f prime is that whole thing. Cool. So we got the derivative. And then it says the following diagram shows the graph of f for 0 less than x less than 3. So it's just showing us that section. M is tangent to the graph of f at point P, so that's the tangent line right there. Given that M is parallel to L, find the x-coordinate of P. So that means that this line over here, which was our line L, has a slope of -3/4. That means this one also has a slope of negative 3/4, thus they are parallel. So we want to find the x-coordinate of that. Okay, cool. Well, since this is the graph of f, and this is the derivative of f, I want to know when the derivative of f is equal to negative 3/4. Hey, that's going to be kind of nice. So really what you're trying to do is you're trying to solve for what x values. So like what x values make f prime of x equal to negative 3/4. That's what I want to do. So let's look at that. So I just plugged in negative 3/4 for my f of x, and I factored out, since there's an e to the x here, e to the x here, I just factored out an e to the x, and we have that negative 3/4. Well, that's going to simplify pretty nicely. So what we've got here is those simplify, and we get 0 is equal to e to the x cosine of x plus sine of x, and we're just looking for when is this true. And here's a pretty nice way to solve it. Just graph it, and then you can look at the result and find out where x is equal to 0. It ends up being 3 pi over 4. And you don't have to worry about these other zeros because it specifically asks for when x is between 0 and 3. So your solution here is p is equal to, or the x-coordinate of p, because that's what we're supposed to find here. The x-coordinate of p is 3 pi over 4. Let me know what questions you have.